Jair Bonilla has emerged as the breakout star of this qualifying campaign. Mexico has won 3 of its last 4 games, and after stunning Team USA in one of the warm-up games just a couple of cycles ago, they'll believe another upset is possible in front of a packed home crowd. All the makings of everything we could possibly want between these two sides as we get set for our final game of the first round of the qualifiers as they play for that amazing trophy. So now we'll listen to the national anthem for the United States.
Con el mismo respeto, entonemos nuestro himno nacional mexicano a cargo de la soprano Sheila López.
Packed arena here in Zacatecas City, just north of Aguascalientes.
De Uruguay, Danilo Molina de Argentina, Carlos Payares de Colombia, el delegado técnico de este partido es
head coach Omar Quintero in his 6th year, has coached against Silas quite a few times, who's in his 3rd season as well. And our officials for tonight's game: Andres Gaston Bartelmaina out of Uruguay, Danilo Ariel Molina Borsaglia from Argentina, and Carlos Mario Payares Ferro out of Colombia. Our officials for tonight's game. Our officials have done an amazing job also throughout these qualifiers, not just in the Americas region, but around the world. Our FIBA officials are the best in the business, and we're proud to have them making the calls for our game. So here's the starting lineup for the United States: Mike James, Gabe York, Torrey Craig, Terry Taylor, and James Huff. pretty similar to what Coach Silas went with in the last game, a 1-point victory for the United States over the Dominican Republic. They erased a late deficit and edged the DR 82-81 on the road. And there is head coach Stephen Silas, the 2025 FIBA America bronze medal winner with the United States, former Houston Rockets head coach with 25 plus years of NBA coaching experience, now at the helm for the USA, the #1 team in the world, until Eric Spoelstra comes back to coach them in his off time. Yair Bonilla, Paul Stahl, Paco Cruz, Gabriel Giron, and Josef Avila for Mexico, the #30 team in the entire world. They just closed out a game against Nicaragua at home, 98-79 recently, under head coach Omar Quintero there, who guided Mexico to the 2023 FIBA World Cup, 2025 America qualification, now into this 2027 World Cup qualifier window. Mexico currently #30 in the world. So for Mexico, a chance to prove on this world stage that you belong and want to make it to the World Cup. They've made 6 FIBA Basketball World Cup appearances. Their best finish was 8th, as we have our Tissue countdown to tip off now. While both sides have already qualified, they know what this means for not just themselves, but for their countries. Trying to get it done here with one final win, maybe go into the second round with a little bit of momentum. The United States, a completely different looking team than what they had last time. And Mexico rolling with these guys that have been here and worked their way up in the program, and who have been in the program for quite much of their professional careers. Again, it'll be Mike James, Gabe York, Torrey Craig, Terry Taylor, and James Huff for the United States. Mexico, Yair Bonilla, Paul Stahl, Paco Cruz, Gabriel Giron, and Josef Avila. Both teams at center court. Ball is live, and we are underway in the 2027 FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Game day number 6 here in Zacatecas. Mexico and Team USA closed the first round, already through to the next stage. The USA took the first meeting big in Oceanside, California. Now the 12 Guerreros get the rematch at home with momentum and positioning on the line. Mexico with an immediate quick bucket here in the ball game. Yair Bonilla on one side, and then it's James Huff for the United States on the other. So 2 layups to start off this game for Mexico and the USA here in Zacatecas. As we get going here now, it's the main staple of their program. Stahl now underneath. Giron for 2. Gabriel Giron coming off a game where he had 11 points in 22 minutes over Nicaragua. From the outside, a pump fake, now underneath. Huff putting it down. One thing you you are going to see with both of these squads is they're going to move the ball a bunch of times to find the open man. They like to play with a little pace. From the outside, it's Paco Cruz. Hounded, and a whistle comes in. Looks like Torrey Craig was out there and just got beat by that crossover a little bit. One step too late. And now Bonilla to the near side. It's Cruz. Giron trying to go baseline again, creating some room. Got his own board. Second chance is no good. Down there, Mike James has it over to York. Now York lobs it up, and flying in from space is Terry Taylor. USA by 2 from the left block. There's a block by Taylor as it goes onto the baseline. The United States gets the ball right back. York, a great job of setting up Taylor, who played for the Brisbane Bullets just this last year in Australia. Taylor, a welcome addition to this United States of America squad. 14 points, 6 rebounds, and a block in 27.5 minutes against the Dominican Republic. Played some big minutes for them. And there is Torrey Craig hitting the shot in the right corner, just like he did at the end of the game to put away the DR just 3 nights ago. It's Avila for 2. Joseph Avila playing for the Dorados de Chihuahua. And we had a foul all the way outside as Gabe York hit the deck. So you see York here taking that 3. He'll get 3 shots now at the line. York playing for the Chaozhou Club in China. Was a Basketball Champions League All-Star second team in 2018. Before China's played all over the place. Averaged 17 points per game across 2 Basketball Champions League campaigns in Bayreuth, in Germany, and Sieg Strasbourg in France. York makes 2 out of the 3 free throws. Now they give it back. Paco Cruz finds the bottom of the net. Pushing, Craig, floater, Huff, finisher. So obviously James Huff gets going early here in this ball game. Something they didn't really have in the last window is this one's broken off, and Paco Cruz making a man slip. Cruz at 36 years old, just played in Turkey in his last season. Near side, York cashes in from 3. USA by 5 here in the first quarter. Gabe York, 5 points. Makes his first 3 that he took. And now Huff with 6 points to lead the United States. A pick and roll down low. Bonilla was hacked at by James Huff. Paco Cruz caught Torrey Craig there with that pump fake, and then Cruz immediately a wide open lane. Yair Bonilla, at just 23 years old, has played all 5 games so far of these qualifiers, averaging about 22.5 minutes per game, 16 points per game. The second leading scorer for the 12 Guerreros, 12 Warriors. Mexico has been a FIBA member since 1933. The United States joined FIBA in 1934. From the outside, York. 4 minutes into the first quarter. The USA by 4. Pump fake from the outside. Giron had to get it in. And now Paco Cruz from the outside. Mike James running it from the far side. One of the most successful players in EuroLeague history draws a foul. He's trying to make the case that he was going to shoot it. And now Matthew Ryan will come in for Gabe York. Both teams with 3 team fouls apiece. 5.5 to go here in the first. The inbound coming from Matthew Ryan, who just checked in. James to the near side, down on the left side, and it's pinballed out of bounds. Boy, that ball moves quickly, and looks like it didn't even go off someone's hands and went off someone's face. Poor Josef Avila. Happens sometime in this beautiful game. Huff underneath the cup, all the way back outside. They swing it all the way around to James in the corner. One dribble, and he is blocked from the outside. Got it right back, puts it up, puts it in. That's just how it's gonna fall sometimes. The flip up and in is off the mark. Now in the right corner, it's Giron. Torrey Craig just a little bit short on that runner from the left. Avila, floater, again short. Both teams missing on their last 2 possessions. The United States is up by 7 right now. They're shooting 70% from the field, and a turnover there by the USA, their first of this ball game. It's Bonilla behind the back dribble, and he throws it down with the right. Jair Bonilla with his first 5 points in this ball game. Huff, the big man, he dared to shoot it from outside. Now it's Ryan, all the way to the right. Craig, extra pass, Taylor. Bonilla moving a man and maneuvering down low. Mexico on a little bit of a run here. They trail by 3 as Bonilla has 7 points. Mexico on a 4-0 scoring run. And a timeout needed by the United States on the floor. And we're hoping we get to listen into these huddles here tonight. We'll see if we can in one moment. Bonilla 3 for 4 from the field so far. 6 fast break points for Mexico. See Taylor there saying, what am I supposed to do on that last one? Lead for the United States as we check out some of the numbers so far. 12 points in the paint for Mexico. Clearly they're playing an inside-out game. Huff checks out from what it looks like with Craig. With 4 minutes left to go here. First quarter, the United States has not scored in 1 minute and 15 seconds of gameplay. The last shot that they made was that Mike James 3 on the left side. Here comes the USA and James, the captain, designated for this game. Utah in there for the United States as well, along with Orlando Robinson the second. There's a deep one off the mark. Bonilla grabs the rebound. Bonilla with also his fourth rebound of this ball game. Both teams have been playing pretty cleanly so far. 3 team fouls apiece. This one goes in the left corner, puts it up, and it's a swish. Josef Avila, who scored in double figures in 5 straight games, coming off of a double-double, picking up right where he left off. Foul on this side of the floor now in James's favor. Paul Stahl, the 40-year-old. Looks like he was the one to pick up that foul. The United States now in the bonus for the remainder 3 minutes and 10 seconds of the first. It's James to the near side. Utah shooting practice. Jared Utah, a basketball Champions League contributor with Pallacanestro Trieste in Italy, knows the FIBA circuit well, and Bonilla on a heater right now, 9 points. His teammates have done a great job of setting him up. 80% from the field so far. James stop and go action. Now he's on the baseline, trapped, gets it back out, and he turns it over. His second turnover of the game. Great defense there by Paul Stahl. See James here, Paco Cruz and Paul Stahl fired up. The 36-year-old Cruz and 40-year-old Stahl, both starters in both this window and the last window for these two teams. And it looks like Bonilla got tangled up on the near side. That pass went to no man's land. Our officials are going to blow this play dead as Mexico has come all the way back to trailing by just 1 point to the United States. The United States hammered Mexico the last time that they played them, 123-88, led for over 39 minutes. And a technical foul went against Quintero there as the United States missed the free throw. So Coach Quintero upset with that last call on the floor, lack thereof, rather. So now here's the United States in a 1-point lead. It's Mike James, former EuroLeague MVP. This one, Utah almost couldn't hang on to it, still recaptures it. That's going to be a backcourt violation, though. Mexico with a little bit of momentum here early in the first. The United States' third turnover of this ball game as Stahl gets this one in. It's Cruz to run the point. It's interesting, Cruz and Stahl have gone back and forth from running the point. Cruz on the step back. Last window we saw Stahl run more of the point for Mexico. Now in this most recent matchup, it's more Paco Cruz. Ball batted around. And it was off of Mexico last. So far the United States 4-1 in the first round of Group A. Mexico 3-2. Both of these teams have lost to one common foe, and that is the Dominican Republic. Here comes the inbounds from Gilliard on the right side of the cup. Back outside. Pedro Bradshaw spins up, left it a little bit short. It's going back the other way. Extra pass, right corner, Giron. Outside, reload, Andreassi, big one! Moises Andreassi at 26 years old, hitting a big three there to give Mexico their first lead of the game. And Orlando Robinson, the second, committed a turnover. He took a little walk from the United States. USA already with 4 turnovers here in the first quarter with 1:05 to go. Yeah, had a little jump there and continued to work forward. It's Giron. Back up top, Cruz. Guarded well out beyond the arc. Now Cruz will pump it and hit it! Paco Cruz with another big three. Now the United States attempting an early one in the shot clock. They had a 2-for-1 opportunity there. Andreassi near side, Giron. Thinks he might have a little bit of a mismatch here. Almost had it stolen away. Now it's Cruz again. And we have a foul on this side of the floor. It's going to go against the United States. So now the shot clock on the foul will reset to 14. And interesting foul call there. It's Mexico by 5. A little less than a second difference now between the shot clock and the game clock. 9/10 of a second is that difference. Inbound going to Avila. Now Paco Cruz out there to run the point. 10 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Cruz going to work. Inside, almost lost it, got it right back, sent it up top, stolen ball, they huck it. It's off the front side of the rim. The United States unable to get a shot there that they wanted at the end of the first, and Mexico with a 5-point lead here at the end of 1. Fun first quarter between these two sides. Paco Cruz and Yahir Bonilla have been the difference makers so far. Bonilla 9 points in all the first 10 minutes of this ball game. And Paco Cruz with 8. As we check out our best plays from that first quarter, and it started off with an immediate bucket for Bonilla off of the tip-off. Able to go up there with his left hand to get a shot to fall, and then immediately Huff saying, you know what, I can get one right back. James Huff, 5 points in 4.5 minutes of play. Then Giron on one side, right back to Huff for the dunk on the other. And then the United States started to fly high. Paco Cruz broke a man off and said, I can get 2 on you. Jair Bonilla also with his frame, 204 centimeters. So good maneuvering around the cup. And just like that, a first quarter where Mexico trailed by 7. The 3 started falling and were able to get their way back into this one and eventually take the lead. And download the Courtside 1891 app by scanning that QR code at the bottom left-hand corner of your screens for extended highlights, scores, and replays. Courtside 1891, your home for FIBA basketball. The United States in that first quarter turned the ball over 4 times, and Mexico with 5 points off of those turnovers. It's Orlando Robinson the second to trigger things. And Jacob Gilliard, the point guard, at 174 centimeters to run it from the outside. Second quarter underway here in Zacatecas. It's Gilliard hucking it left wing. He finds the bottom of the bucket. Gilliard with his first points of this ball game. Now here is Giron off on that one. Foul well out beyond the arc by Andreassi. Kind of felt like that they wanted to get Giron set back with the defense. 4 starters in for Mexico here at the beginning of the second quarter. Andreassi, the sole reserve, on the floor. Gilliard just hit one on this side of the floor, lost it this time, and the turnover as a couple of players were on the floor there, and they finally get up and bring it across the half-court line. It's Paco Cruz, gives it off. Bonilla, room, floater, no. 9 minutes to go here in the second. Gilliard has Robinson as they run the offense through him outside. Utah going left, back up. Robinson the second. Toilet bowls out. Good ball movement. Pedro Bradshaw, his first 2 points. And that's the thing with the United States is they have plenty of talent on this roster to score. Inside, Bonilla left alone. Mexico back up by 2. Bonilla, first player on Mexico into double figures. He's now been in double figures scoring in 5 of the last 6 games, and then gets called for a goaltend. Everyone on Mexico saying that they need to challenge this. As the United States went up to block that one. And Coach Quintero, we believe, is going to use that challenge. Ooh, that's close. Is the ball already on the backboard? Hard to tell from that angle as Yair Bonilla went up to block it. Here comes our first coach's challenge of this ball game, this one by Mexico. Mexico has lost 3 straight to the United States, trying to snap that losing streak. Big block there by Bonilla. If this is overturned, it's not possible for it to be at the same time. This might be our most definitive view. That's bang bang. If it stands, it's a bucket. Might have hit the backboard first. The outstretched arm of Pedro Bradshaw. Ooh, yeah, it might have hit the window first, based on that view. And then would have come off of Bonilla's hands, and then the call would stand. If that is true. Officials take the headset off. Seems like they have arrived at a decision. And it will in fact be 2 points for the United States. Mexico does lose their coach's challenge there. We're tied back up at 29 apiece. Starters have played also quite a bit for Mexico. Only 3 bench points so far from this team. Bonilla back outside. Rodriguez cutting in and had his shot deterred by Uthoff. It's Torrey Craig who hit the game-winning shot for them against the Dominican Republic, and his runner is short. From the outside, Rodriguez, jackpot! His first made shot of the game comes from beyond the arc. Mexico back up by 3. Robinson drives in and goes up and under with the right. USA back to trailing by 1. Bonilla sends it backward. Avila, backside of the rim. He took that very early in the shot clock. Now with a field goal, the United States can retake the lead. It's Robinson inside and an offensive foul. Robinson went up and right into the chest of Avila, and he'll have a seat with his second personal foul. 6:45 to go here in the second quarter. The 12 Guerreros and Team USA going head-to-head in Zacatecas City. Bonilla creating some room. Huff had that one sent away. The man who was second in the NBA this last year in blocks, getting one right there. Mike James for 2. The United States retaking the lead by 1. James with 5 points. It's Andreassi. Now the captain will bring the ball up the court for the United States. James waits, pulls it, drills it, gets a shooter's bounce. Stall from the outside. And we have a foul going back the other way as the USA extends their lead to 4. 5:42 to go here in the second quarter. Andreassi will check out with his second foul. Paco Cruz will come back in. It's Rodriguez, Stahl, Cruz, Gutierrez, and Avila for Mexico. For the USA, Mike James, Torrey Craig, Pedro Bradshaw, Jared Uthoff, and James Huff. Huff at 216 centimeters really helps this team, and the big man pump fakes from the outside. Now they swing it around to Craig, who buries it. And now 5.5 to go here in the second quarter. Timeout needed by Mexico as the United States re-extends their lead, this time out to 7, which has been their biggest lead of the game. So Mexico needing a timeout, currently 2-1 at home in these qualifiers. They last year missed the FIBA Americup despite finishing 3-3, losing a 3-way tiebreaker on point differential. Now we can miss it in.
Guys, No hay ayuda conmigo. USA. Sí hay. Hay 5 minutos para ejecutar. Bien, muchachos. Defensa. Hey, do stop right now, okay?
Now, both of these teams have, of course, qualified for the second round, but clearly want to win this big matchup against each other. Mexico has lost 3 straight against the United States. Last win for Mexico against the USA came in the AmeriCup back in 2022, where they won 73-67. The USA has won every World Cup and Olympic tournament meeting between these two nations. Inside, Cruz swings this one all the way back out. One dribble, Cruz. Or excuse me, that was Stahl off the mark on that one. Would have been a shot clock violation anyways. The third turnover for Mexico. USA by 7. Less than half of this second quarter to go. Mike James with the left, he missed everything, and it'll stay on this side. Our officials blow the whistle dead here. Maybe some extracurriculars after this shot. Looks like Mike James was assessed a technical by slamming the ball on the floor there. Now Mexico gets a shot. It'll be Paul Stahl who shoots free throws at a 77% clip, excuse me, from the charity stripe, currently playing for the Astros de Jalisco in Mexico. .444 to go in the second. Mike James triggering from the far side of the basket. Huff had it knocked away. And how about this? Mexico bringing in some size to deal with Huff. Israel Gutierrez is all over him at 206 centimeters. Hard to, block 216 centimeters, but Gutierrez being very physical with Huff. James, far side fouled. Paco Cruz looks like he'll be the one to pick up his second personal. Here comes the box offense for the United States. About 4.5 minutes to work with here in the second quarter as it's knocked away. James almost turned the ball over there. Since it was contested, he can go get it and bring it across the half-court line. 5 seconds for the captain for the United States. The point guard hucks it. As this one bounces off to the right side. Utah trying to save it. Mexico ball. So Terry Taylor will check back in for the USA as Jared Uthoff had some productive minutes there. He'll get a break. Now Stahl from the top. Paco Cruz was running the point back in the first quarter. Now it is Stahl here in the second quarter, something we've become accustomed to seeing. Mexico picking up their 4th team foul with a little over 4 minutes left to go. Or excuse me, that's the United States picking up that foul. Their 3rd team foul. 4:09 to go here in the second quarter. It's Paco Cruz. The inbound all the way up top to Gutierrez as Stahl runs out to get it. Stahl for 3. Front iron, gets his own rebound, and fouled in the left corner. Now 14 fouls on the United States with under 4 to play in the second. Here you see Stahl immediately see the defender trying to close out, took advantage of where he was at on the floor. That'll be Pedro Bradshaw's first personal foul of this ball game. The team's 4th here in the second quarter. Now Mexico shooting free throws on any foul by the United States the rest of the way here in the first half. It's Paul Stahl to set things in motion. Easy bucket for Paco Cruz, who's now scored in double figures in 6 straight games here in the qualifiers. 10 points for the 36-year-old. Outside, Utah off the mark on that one. Taylor giving the United States a board there. Right corner now. The United States up until that point shooting 44% from 3 in the ball game. Still at 41%. Bank shot no good for Paco Cruz there. James over to the far side. Torrey Craig backing in on Cruz. Craig sticks it. Craig with 8 points here in the ball game as the United States leads by 6. From the far side, Paco Cruz nowhere to go. Great defense by Utah. Now it's Stahl, near side. Cruz. Mexico just 5 for 16 from 3 in this ball game. James drew the contact in. Stahl irate about that last call, and he got assessed a technical. So Stahl unhappy that James got fouled in continuation of the shot, which means he already gets 3 free throws. Now he gets the technical shot as well. Both teams are in the bonus for the final 2.5 minutes of this ball game as James sinks the first one. Made about 86% of his free throws in that first game, went 6 for 7 against the Dominican Republic, where they were barely able to edge out a victory, 82-81 on the road. James could convert all 4 free throws here. A very unconventional 4-point play. Mike James, one of the greatest players in EuroLeague history, was the EuroLeague MVP in 2024. Won the Alfonso Ford Top Scorer Trophy 3 times. And has been an all EuroLeague first team selection twice. Misses that 3rd free throw out of his 4. Probably not used to going to the free throw line this many times in a row. 15 points in 32 minutes against the Dominican Republic just 3 nights ago. Now the United States with their biggest lead of the game. It's at 9. Stahl pretty much nowhere to go. Torrey Craig got his hand in the cookie jar. Bonilla takes it right back. Bonilla up with the left hand, shot it over the cup and then got it right back and put it in for 2. James, nice change of pace into Taylor. James is so good at going hard, then relaxing and turning on the jets when he needs to. Under 2 to play in the second. USA back up by 9. Right side, it's Giron. Foul off the ball as Bradshaw and Avila were fighting for position. And that's something you're definitely going to see with these teams coached by Quintero, is that they're going to take a lot of threes, but they're also going to be very physical inside. Avila makes his first free throw. So Avila has shot over 67% from three, a big man that can take threes and make them. 19 points and 13 rebounds, a double-double in almost 34 minutes of play as Mexico closed out Nicaragua for their second win over Nicaragua in these qualifiers. A deep one, Craig nails it. Ten-point lead for the United States. It goes back to Rodriguez. Pure from distance. Craig drives inside, gets to the cup, and we'll count him 1-2 and a chance at 3. .9 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. The United States leads by 10. Looks like big man Giron got called for that one, and a turnover. Other side, Bonilla down the hatch with 2. 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Mexico gets 15 from Bonilla here in the first half. James, near side, Utah. Oh yeah! Looks like that'll be the shot to end the second quarter. The United States extending their lead to 11 here in the second. An impressive showing here by the United States to fend Mexico off. And we'll take a look, excuse me, at the numbers here. The United States shooting 69% from inside the arc, 45% from outside. They got 20 rebounds and 14 assists in that first half. 7 turnovers for the USA. Mexico, 7 points off of those turnovers. Both teams with 2 players in double figures. Leading scorer in the ball game is Yair Bonilla. As we take a look at the top scorer from the United States so far. And Mike James cashing in from 3 there. Even though he got it blocked, got it right back and put the shot up. Mike James, 3 for 4 on his free throws, 1 for 2 inside the arc, 2 for 4 from outside. Just a crafty scorer at all levels. And then getting his teammates involved as well. James able to cash in on the free throws. And of course, showing the sportsmanship between him and Stahl pretty much this entire game. James, 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. It's on triple-double watch, and now the top scorer for Mexico. Bonilla went up with the left hand there, and that's where things started for him. He's got 15 points and 6 rebounds. He's on double-double watch in just under 17 minutes of play. And then a nice little throwdown as well inside. And he just does a great job of maneuvering underneath the bucket. He's got great awareness of where he is on the floor, where his defenders are on the floor. And you don't want to see him rolling towards the cup by himself. He can put a punctuation mark on it. As we check out our best plays now of the second quarter. And it started off with Gilliard making a 3. And then the inside-out game coming from Mexico. But Mexico has attempted 16 threes already in this ball game, made 6 of them. And Rodriguez checking in for cash. And Robinson, the offensive foul. He ended up with 2 personal fouls there in the second quarter. Had to sit down. Mike James just playing with the defense at a certain point and getting a shooter's roll. And then setting his teammates up. Torrey Craig has been hitting threes pretty much all qualifiers. This is his 4th game now in the last 2 windows. Bradshaw picking up a silly foul there on the outside. He's got 2 personals. And then Paco Cruz. This man has 10 points and at 36 years of age, looking like he's playing at 26. And Stahl picking up a tech there, was unhappy with one of the calls. Bonilla able to get a shot to fall there. And then the USA and Torrey Craig stays good from beyond the arc. USA has been doing a great job of moving the ball, but they've also turned the ball over a couple of times as well. And we'll take a break for the half.
Gilgeous Alexander, little hezzy, steps back, short corner to the other side as he falls out of bounds. He gets it to go. Living up to the hype early here.
Andre, oh, nice play, and the finish! And Joaquin Rodriguez loves that play, and so does everybody, pretty much everybody here.
There's a lob and another thunderous alley-oop. Lindo, what a start to the game for him.
Time Bahamas defense just killing the players now. Here we go again, and one more time. Are you kidding me? Third pick in the first round of the NBA draft, and it is indeed the 76er himself, VJ Edgecombe. His head coach not giving up at the moment. Coach Richard Turner, another alley-oop, and one more time, KJ, straight off the bench in fresh bunnies.
Guarded by James. Feliz around James. Feliz inside. Bingo! Joel Soriano. The United States up by 2. Near side, into the corner. Craig for the lead. An incredible shot hit there by Torrey Craig in the corner, giving the United States a 1-point lead.
Penetrate, kick, Campazzo, extra pass. Nice crossover, and always moving without the ball, Brasino. Good defense from Roque, getting right in the passing lane. Angola! Oh my goodness, he has just taken off and crushed a right-hand dunk, and he loves it. Can they get a good look? Can they space the floor? Herrera to win it. He's made the shot, this is unreal! Chile just doing amazing things here down the stretch. They were gone. It looked as though their World Cup dreams were in tatters.
Jamaica pick up another historic win. What a finish. Gets rejected. Oh my goodness. Soriano brings down the house.
The game is not done. Back here for the second half of action. 44-55 our score. Mexico and the United States going head to head for their second time here in the first round. The United States, #1 team in the world. Mexico, number 30. And there you can see Steven Silas, former Houston Rockets head coach. The United States put the whipping on Mexico the last time they saw them, 123-88. The United States led for over 39 minutes in that game, broke the game open with a 16-0 run and shot 60% from the field, including 76.3% inside the arc. They dominated the paint 52-28. Have not really dominated the paint in this one. They both have 22 points in the paint, but the United States assisted on 36 baskets for 17 turnovers. That became 26 points and then got 50 bench points in a very balanced offensive performance. And for Mexico, Paul Stahl scored 25 points in their last game, went 7 of 8 from the field, 6 of 7 from 3 with 5 assists. And Paco Cruz added 16 points and 6 assists. And then Josef Avila finished with 10 points and 5 rebounds in that last one. Obviously, earlier in the qualifying cycle, Mexico had split its opening 2 games with the Dominican Republic before beating Nicaragua. Then they beat Nicaragua again in this window, 98-79, coming off a big win there. But then lost to Team USA. Mexico came into the window 2-2, now 3-2, trying to finish 4-2 in the first round. But even if they do lose this game, they still advance and qualify for the second round, which starts at the end of August. Mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen, as we take a listen into the huddles.
Dale, defensa, 1, 2, 3.
And this team knows what they are capable of. Mexico has been to 6 FIBA Basketball World Cups. Their best finish, though, was 8th back in 1967. So it's been a sec since then. As a team has had success in the Americas. 2013 FIBA AmeriCup champions. They stunned Argentina in the semifinals in that one before defeating Puerto Rico for the program's first continental title. So they have been at one point in time the best team in the Americas. Won bronze in the 1936 Olympic Games, the first Olympic basketball tournament ever held. So a program with a rich history as we begin our second half of play. They feed it immediately into Bonilla, who backs in and gets the 2. Yair Bonilla, 17 points and 6 rebounds, had 15 points in that first half, coming off a game where he had a double-double, 25 points and 12 rebounds in almost 32 minutes of play in their win over Nicaragua, as they got a steal there into Bonilla all the way back outside. Giron couldn't get that one to fall. Gabe York, the 32-year-old. And a nice feed to Torrey Craig. Craig played for the Sydney Kings in the NBL this last year. Has played in the NBL for the last few years, a 2-time NBL champion. Here's Avila, turnaround jumper is pure. Wow. Now it's Gabe York. Craig dancing in from the outside. York going to give it off to James with 4 seconds left to go on the shot clock. James from deep. United States leading by 9, as Stahl will be the one to engineer this offense. Stahl down the left side with the right hand and left it short. Wanted a foul there, and he's slow to get up. 5-on-4 right now for the United States if they go quick. Craig, near side, up top. Craig again. Huff had it tipped around, and Bonilla hauls in the rebounds. They're just 23 years old, but Bonilla looking like he is the future of Mexico basketball right now. It's Giron backing in, fouled by York. Rewarded with 2 free throws coming up here with 7:37 to go in the third quarter. Almost looked like Giron just lost it there as he was putting it up. York will pick up his first foul. Giron, the captain, makes the first one. Point number 3 for him of this ball game. A Basketball Champions League Americas experience for him with Real Esteli in Nicaragua, Halcones de Jalapa in Mexico. Played all over the Mexican League as well for Fuerza Regia and Capitanes, as there's a turnover. And a foul immediately. Gabe York on the far side. That'll be his second personal of this ball game. Take a look at the replay here. York got smacked in the ear there by Stahl. United States by 7. Cruz slows it down. Cruz from the outside. Tried to give it to Giron, battling for position there, and they ended up turning it over. And Bonilla fouling to stop the fast break there. Giron tried to throw it off of Mike James. James a little too crafty with it. It's James, York, Craig, Taylor, and Huff, all starters in for the United States. And all the starters in for Mexico as well. Bonilla, Stahl, Cruz, Giron, and Avila. From the far side. Craig attacking, had it knocked away. 5 seconds left to go. Craig to James, Silk! Make that York, who hits the 3. Now underneath. Follow-up bucket by Bonilla. Taylor, a few dribbles in, had to pick it up. A whistle coming from the far side. Got so loud in here, it was hard to hear the whistle. Avila picks up his second personal foul. 6:14 to go here in the third quarter. James, the catalyst, from the sideline. Taking a while to get this ball in bounds, and then Paco Cruz fouls Gabe York on the far side. That's Paco Cruz's third personal foul of this ball game. Again, it goes to the corner. Back to York. Splits the defenders. York left it short on the right side. Andreassi, bounce pass. Cruz inside, easy 2. Avila was under there. Mexico back to trailing by just 6. Avila with 11 points and now has scored in double figures in all 6 qualifying games. Huff spinning his way through traffic. Mike James pushed on the near side by Andreassi. James also always does a great job of drawing contact. We've seen that for years in the EuroLeague. Torrey Craig will check out as Pedro Bradshaw comes back in, and he'll be the one to trigger it in. Taylor now. He's had a quiet game so far, only 4 points for him. He's been their big money scorer as James just had to huck that one up. Into traffic, ball's loose on the floor. James gets on the floor. We have a jump ball on the floor with Bonilla. It's a possession arrow in the direction for the United States, so they get the ball right back. It wasn't like anyone really even knocked the ball away there. Mexico just lost it. Bradshaw having a tough time bringing the ball across the half-court line. Ball's loose. It's pinballed around. The United States went in the backcourt. It's going back the other way. So Mexico turns the ball over on one side and then plays fantastic defense on the other side to force the 10th United States turnover. Mexico is 7 points off of the USA turnovers in this ball game. They got to capitalize on these moments when they're given them. Paco Cruz with the right, fouled by Huff. Huff upset with that one. As Cruz went in there, bumped. So Huff upset with that call. Paco Cruz has also now scored in double figures in 6 straight games. He's had at least 14 points in the last 2. Hasn't just played in Mexico his career, has also spent some time in Spain with Fuenlabrada and for 3 teams in Turkey. Currently playing for Mersin Sport. Makes a couple there. Averaging 18.8 points per game for Mexico. He's been their leading scorer in these windows. Window number 3 here, game day 6 in Zacatecas City. Foul coming against Mexico. The United States was in the bonus, so now they'll get 2 free throws, and that one looks like it might go against Paco Cruz. That's going to be Paco's 4th foul of this ball game. He might have to check out with still lots of time left to go here in the 3rd quarter. You can see with that right hand, almost a little jersey grab on Bradshaw. Cruz has to check out. It's now Bradshaw at the line. Bradshaw playing for Prometheus Patras in Greece. Led Bellarmine in the ASUN Conference to its transition to Division I and helped the Knights capture the 2022 ASUN title and first NCAA tournament berth. But he finished among Bellarmine's all-time leading scorers. Now playing professionally in Greece and the NBA G League as well. Huff out there deterring shots and passes as well. Here's Karim Rodriguez. Gets things started. Now to Bonilla. Flips it in. Bonilla with 21 points in this ball game. That's a new window high in these qualifiers. Both of these sides trading buckets. This time it'll come from the free throw line for Team USA. Reach-in foul there against Andreassi. That's going to be his 4th of this ball game. James misses the first one. Made 6 of his 7 free throws back in the first game of this window against the Dominican Republic. And he missed the pair. Very uncharacteristic for a former EuroLeague MVP. James with 11 points in this ball game. Rodriguez on the cut. Threw it right to James in the defense. The entry pass to Huff, wrapped up inside. Huff, an ACC Defensive Player of the Year in 2021 for Virginia. He is their all-time blocks leader. United States in the bonus. Huff now at the line. A key piece for the Indiana Pacers. Finished second in the NBA block shots last season, but went undrafted. How about that? A guy that went undrafted, then got experience playing on short-term contracts for the Lakers, Wizards, Nuggets, Grizzlies, and then found his way with the Pacers. Second in the NBA in blocks. Everyone always hears about how many blocks Wemby has. Second most, James Huff. Good ball movement here. It's Stahl back outside. They huck this one away. And Huff touched it as it was going out of bounds. Mexico trailing by 6. And even that was too far for his long arms. Of course, mascot here, ready to pump this crowd up. It's Giron. Huff is a big foe, and he flicks it in anyways. Wow, how do you get a shot over a guy that's 216 centimeters, 7'1"? Nice shot there by Giron on the other side, and a turnover. Here's Stahl looking to push in transition. Picks up his dribble, entry pass, entry dunk, courtesy of Jair Bonilla. Bonilla with 23 points, too short of his qualifiers high as they cut their deficit to 4 with under 3 to play in the third. USA needs a timeout. So the United States needed a timeout. Take a look at the numbers here. 17 bench points from the United States. Mexico has been rolling with their starters. We saw this in the same game, the last window. They like to roll out Bonilla, Stahl, Cruz, Giron, and Avila for pretty much the entire game. All of them play about 30-plus minutes every single game, so clearly that is their best 5. Of course, Paco Cruz unable to be in right now because of his 4 personal fouls. Him and Andriassi both in foul trouble with their 4 personals. James Huff, by the way, for the United States also has 4 personal fouls as well on the other side. So if Mexico can beat the United States here tonight in front of their home crowd, they'd have to beat them by a lot to overtake them in the standings. Huff assessed with a technical foul. Paul Stahl will take it. He shoots free throws at about 77%. Mexico trailing by just 1. The United States at one point in time led by 11. Mexico has done a great job of cutting into that. Now Gilliard to run the point for the USA. Here's Taylor. Goes in between the legs, got caught up, and we have a jump ball. It goes back the other way. Great job by Giron hounding Taylor on defense. Now the crowd is in this one. Looked like our shot clock was not going there. "13 turnovers for the United States, 9 for Mexico so far in this ball game. Mexico also has 8 steals in the contest. So they'll blow this one dead. As both sides get a chance to relax, get some water. We're taking an official review. United States and Mexico going head-to-head for their second time here in the qualifiers. They're both going to move on to the next round to be reshuffled. Take a look at the replay here. Hard to see from that angle. Have some players in the way of the ball. So Taylor was tied up there with Giron, the captain for Mexico. Then the officials came in and called the jump ball. Mexico, one of America's most dangerous home teams, with recent victories over the USA in the 2018 World Cup qualifying, 2021 World Cup qualifying, and 2022 FIBA America. This program has produced legends like Gustavo Ayllón, the FIBA America Cup MVP in 2013, Manuel Raga, Carlos Quintanar, Eduardo Nájera, and Juan Toscano Anderson, who played with the Golden State Warriors in the NBA for a bit. They went 3-0 in the 2025 America's pre-qualifiers for this World Cup. Essentially a 3 play-in games. That pass a little bit behind Giron. Now he fades away. Tapped up. No good. Two minutes and some change as Gilliard drives in, gives it off. It's Bradshaw. Runs into a bulldozer and an offensive foul. Giron falls down there to draw the foul. Mexico trailing by 1. There's the charge. Bradshaw picks up his 3rd personal foul. Here's Giron Underneath, Bonilla on the backdoor cut. Nice feed there from Giron up top to get the 23-year-old. And Mexico retakes the lead by 1. With 1:40 left to go here in the third, the United States turns it over. Stahl picks up his dribble. Now back outside. It's over to Giron. Underneath, Rodriguez extending the Mexico lead to 3. Gilliard. Now Uthoff. Good ball movement here by the United States. Gilliard setting up Robinson the second. His floater is no good. It's Stahl now to Avila, who thought about it with a pump fake. Now near side, Bonilla. The crowd was ready to pop on that one. 2 for 1, Gilliard, bullseye! We're all tied up here at 67. The United States and Mexico in Zacatecas City. Gilliard, his second made 3 of the game. Stahl, earlier in the shot clock there. Essentially a 1.5 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. So the United States can pretty much hold this to take the final shot of the third quarter. We're tied up, it's 67 all. Gilliard, 3 seconds to shoot it. Inside, Robinson goes through and gets the whistle. Orlando Robinson the second with his second made basket of the game, and just beat the shot clock in time there. Nice play by the 25-year-old center for Team USA. Was the first player in Fresno State history in the United States with 1,000 points, 700 rebounds, and 100 blocks. Josef Avila gets his 4th foul. Shot there was missed. And that'll do it for the third quarter. And they will actually credit Torrey Craig at the end of that quarter for getting a 2-point bucket, so he just beat the buzzer there. So the United States back up by 4. So we traded leads there in the third quarter. As you check out the shooting numbers here, the United States has hit 11 of their 25 threes. Good for 44%. They did not shoot that well from beyond the arc against the Dominican Republic. But this game is close. The thing that Mexico has done really well in this game, those points in the paint, as we look at our best plays from the third quarter. Mexico, 38 points in the paint in this ball game. A lot of them courtesy of Yair Bonilla, who's got 25 points and 12 rebounds, had a triple-double quarter of the way through that third quarter there. By the way, he's only played 26.5 minutes as well. So he's been all over the floor for Mexico in this contest. Putbacks, backdoor cuts. It's been him and Avila on the inside. And they've had the challenge of going against James Huff and Orlando Robinson II. Bonilla not afraid to go up against the big men for the United States of America. And Giron, nice fader there for 2. And he's getting his guys involved as well. Giron to Bonilla, a beautiful pass, right where only Bonilla could get it. And now the United States a 4-point lead here going into the fourth quarter. Courtside 1891, scan that QR code to check out all of FIBA basketball from around the world. We start the fourth quarter now. The United States and Mexico. The USA has won 12 of the last 14 meetings with Mexico dating back to 2003. But the rivalry has been more competitive in recent qualifying cycles, with Mexico earning victories in the 2019 World Cup qualifiers, 2023 World Cup qualifiers, and at the 2022 FIBA AmeriCup, before the Americans responded with a 35-point win in Oceanside. Team USA has won every World Cup and Olympic tournament meeting between these two nations, with Mexico's last victory in a global competition coming at the 2022 FIBA AmeriCup. From the near side, here's Gilliard. Gilliard thought about the three attempt there. Robinson powering his way inside. Offensive foul. So Rodriguez standing his space. USA with their 16th turnover there. Bonilla left it short. Heavily contested on that shot. Gilliard reached in from behind by Stahl. That'll be Stahl's third personal foul of this ball game. Stahl trying to swipe with the ball there, ended up getting the body of Gilliard. So Craig slipping and sliding there. Saw him take a slide earlier in the ball game as well. Gilliard pulls up from the elbow. Feels like if you're Mexico, you got to go now while your fans are still in this game. And that shot off the mark, Uthoff deterred it. Now down low, Robinson the second, spins up. Stahl got a contest on it. And now picks up his fourth personal foul of this ball game. So here comes Orlando Robinson the second again. A two-time All-Mountain West Conference selection in the United States. Led the conference in rebounding and established himself as one of the nation's top mid-major big men. Doesn't matter where you go. Doesn't matter how many points you had repping your home country. Is huge. And he makes the pair, or excuse me, makes one of the two. Robinson with 5 points in this ball game. Five-point lead for the USA. Stahl up top now, slowing it down. Cut, finish, Paco Cruz. Back in there. We didn't see him much of that third quarter because he has 4 personal fouls, but so does Paul Stahl and Josef Avila, and there's Robinson with the hammer. The United States by 5. From the outside, it's Paco Cruz. Made a shot on the last try on this end of the floor. 3 seconds left to go on the shot clock, and Mexico turns it over. Gilliard, guarded by Cruz, and another offensive foul. That's 2 on the United States here in the fourth quarter. You see the hand fighting Bonilla trying to get around the traffic. It's Stahl from the outside. Now Paco Cruz. Still, it's the USA by 5. Entry pass, easy finish. Pedro Bradshaw with the feed from Gilliard as the USA goes up by 7 points, 76-69 is our score with 7:06 to go. United States led by as much as 11. Mexico retook the lead there for a moment back in the third quarter. Their biggest lead of the game has been 5. And now the United States starting to pull away a little bit here in the fourth quarter. This is where you see things like tight rotations sometimes come back to bite teams, especially in FIBA. If you have these 5 guys playing a majority of the minutes, it does take a toll and makes you lose your energy a lot quicker. Avila already over 30 minutes in this ball game. Bonilla's close, 29 minutes and 40 seconds. Paul Stahl, 26.5 minutes already played in this ball game. Paco Cruz, obviously we didn't see him much of that third quarter, so he's only played 22.5 minutes. Bonilla, that man right there, the leading scorer, and has a double-double for Mexico. 25 points, 13 rebounds in 29.5 minutes of play. He's going to eclipse that 30 minutes of playing time margin momentarily from now. So the United States with a 7-point lead. Shot 60% the last time that they played Mexico. Currently at 55% from the field. 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. The USA with 1 team foul, Mexico with 2 team fouls. The give back to Stahl. Now up top, a man is down. They have a 5-on-4. Couldn't convert, got it right back. USA back to full strength, doesn't matter. Paco Cruz finishes with a floater. Gilliard might have taken a shot there. Paco Cruz with 16 points in this ball game. And Coach Silas wants the officials to go to the monitor to take a look at it. Our second coach's challenge. And they will do just that. So the United States trying to hang on to this victory. If it stands right now, USA leads by 5. Mexico not going away. By any means. Mexico has split their series with the Dominican Republic, trying to split their qualifier series with the United States. They beat Nicaragua twice. So take a look at the replay here. Stahl. Always a tough call for the officials here. Just looks like Stahl came to a stop as Gilliard took a shot to the nose there. And then the bucket came right after. Now this is ruled an offensive foul. Then the shot wouldn't count. It'd be USA basketball. Now did Stahl intentionally stop there for that to happen? Or was was that just inadvertent contact? From this angle, oh, maybe it was off of Stahl's elbow there that got Gilliard in the face. And the question is whether he intended to do that, or again, was it inadvertent contact? So officials have made the call. And it looks like they got Paul Stahl with an unsportsmanlike foul. So 2 free throws now awarded to Jacob Gilliard, and that is Paul Stahl's 5th foul of this ball game. And clearly, he's unhappy about it. So now 2 free throws coming for Jacob Gilliard. As Stahl has been disqualified. He takes the long walk to the locker room now. They'll be without one of their leaders for the remainder of this ball game. 6.5 to go here in the 4th. Jacob Gilliard, NCAA Division I's all-time leader in steals with 466 career steals. And Richmond's all-time assist leader, 4-time Atlantic 10 all-defensive team selection, 2-time first-team All-Atlantic. Went undrafted, but does have NBA experience with the Memphis Grizzlies. Now the United States gets the ball right back. Mexico with 3 team fouls now. Giron comes back in for Rodriguez on the Mexico side. USA by 7. Mike James with 6.5 to go here in the 4th. Playing the clock. James, left side. Gilliard. Bonilla gives it back to Cruz. Shots like that where Mexico was making them really in the first half. Second half, they've been off the mark now as a team, shooting 46%. That one unable to be flipped up and in. Orlando Robinson called for the foul. That's a 4th personal foul, and he gets a tech. And you can hear the fans chanting fuera, which means out. So he picks up a personal foul and a technical foul. So he tried to get inside there, missed his second attempt. And then Avila gets the ball. And then Robinson maybe had some words and then gets called for the tech. His 5th foul, he'll check out. So both teams with someone that's out now, Paul Stahl and Orlando Robinson the second. Let's see how the rest of their teammates can recover because of that. Got 5 minutes and 45 seconds to determine who's going to win the last game of Group A. Floater by Paco Cruz, doesn't get a shooter's roll. Ball's loose in the air. Huff tips it over to James. James pulling up, and it's off the backside of the rim. USA running with their 2 point guards right now, with their 1 and 2, Mike James and Jacob Gilliard. There's a foul on this side of the floor now. You can hear the fans shouting Bonilla. He's got 25 points and 14 rebounds. It's Giron to initiate the play. Inside, Paco Cruz with the 2 and a chance at 3. Cruz fouled by Taylor there. And how about the 36-year-old Paco Cruz? 14 points in 28 minutes in their game against Nicaragua. He missed the free throw there, but he's got 19 points in this one. Has now scored at least 14 points in every game of the qualifiers. It's a 4-point game between the USA and Mexico. Inside, Huff, bounce pass in the corner. Craig misses that one. In transition, Bonilla, near side, Rodriguez. On the reload, it's good! Josef Avila brings the lead of the United States. Within 1, he's got 14 points. James, left corner, extra pass, Gilliard, butter! Both sides trading threes. USA back up by 4. Here's Cruz inside, flips it up with the left. Paco Cruz, a man unstoppable, draws the contact as he flips it in. Absolutely beautiful by Cruz. Paco Cruz, a chance at the line to bring this within 1 point. Cruz 3 for 4 from the charity stripe in this ball game. In his FIBA career has averaged 9.1 points per game. It's a 1-point game. This crowd is in it. Paco Cruz with 22 points. Gilliard back outside. Craig now attacking is Taylor. Hard off the backboard. 7 seconds to let this one go, and it was stolen away by Cruz. Now he'll push in transition. Paco Cruz to the right side. He turned it over himself. Gilliard with the steal. A foul going back the other way. Paco Cruz doing everything he possibly can to will his team in front. And clearly you see Bonilla with the reach in there. Did not want to give up any easy bucket. From here on out, both teams are in the bonus for the final 3.5 as Torrey Craig is going to get a breather. Gilliard hucks from 3, backside of the rim. Mexico with a field goal can take the lead. Cruz picks it up. Avila attacking, flips it up. Mexico a 1-point lead. Josef Avila, 16 points, 4 rebounds in 36 minutes of play. And he gives the 12 Güeros A 1-point lead, 82-81, timeout USA. So you see Paco Cruz to Avila there. Caught the defense biting. Mexico chomping at the bit for a win against the United States. They've lost 3 straight to Team USA. Mexico has scored over 85 points in all of their qualifying games so far, at 82 right now. They've now had over 20 assists in all 6 of their games. And over 30 rebounds in all 6 of their games as well. They've had 10 or more offensive boards to give themselves second chance opportunities, and now 4 games straight. 14 second chance points for Mexico in this ball game with under 3 minutes to play in the 4th. Paco Cruz, 22 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. One of the leaders of this Mexico squad, has been around playing for the national team for a long time. James Huff, the big man. Uthoff gets it right back outside, and that's off the backside of the rim. The push ahead as Giron will slow it down. Mexico, a 1-point lead, attacking. Giron deterred by Huff. Huff now, the big man pushing the floor. Uthoff, Taylor, back outside, extra pass. Mike James will be fouled by Giron. Clearly trying to slow it down here. Giron, just his 2nd personal foul, but he is winded. And they'd rather give up 2 free throws, I guess. A tired foul. Mike James has missed a couple of free throws in this ball game, but he does make them when they matter. He is the EuroLeague's all-time leading scorer, while leading AS Monaco to multiple Final Fours, French League championships, and the 2023 EuroLeague final. Played at Lamar in the United States, went undrafted. NBA experience with the Suns, Pelicans, and Nets. USA takes a 1-point lead on the back of a Mike James 2 free throws from the line. Free throws, I should say. Cruz steps back. Boom! Cruz playing possessed. Mexico a 2-point lead. Paco Cruz, 25 points. James with a man on his hip. Outside, Craig. Big threes in back-to-back games. USA retakes the lead by 1. We're going back and forth here in Zacatecas City. Torrey Craig surpasses the 20-point margin. He's at 21 right now, good for his qualifiers high. Avila. Less than 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. The United States and Mexico battling this one out. The USA beat the Dominican Republic 82-81. They won by 1 point in their last game. James wants this dance. A crafty guard steps back. His J is pure. Mike James, the captain for Team USA, lifting them up by 3. Not his best shooting performance, 3 of 8 from the field, but made it when it mattered. So it's both guards for these squads, Mike James and Paco Cruz. USA by 3 here in the fourth quarter. Mexico reached the round of 16 at the 2014 FIBA World Cup, their first World Cup appearance in 40 years after winning the 2013 AmeriCup. Their best finish was 8th in 1967, looking to get back to the World Cup for their 7th time. They have, of course, qualified for the second round, but beating the United States in front of their home crowd would be that much sweeter. The first round closing for the Americas qualifiers. And of course, everyone will be reseeded going into the second round. Mexico split their games with the Dominican Republic, lost 89-88 in a nail-biter, and then beat them 92-85. They beat Nicaragua twice, lost to the United States 123-88. Now they have a 3-point game against the USA. Mike James, second leading scorer for the United States, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Still on a triple-double watch. By the way, for the final minute and 4 seconds of this game, both teams are in the bonus. Any foul will equate to free throws. Paco Cruz slows it down, flips it up and in, a chance to tie the game. Paco Cruz on a heater. He's got 27 points. 2 less than his qualifiers high of 29. Paco Cruz putting the entire country on his back. Torrey Craig picks up his 3rd personal. And you can hear the MVP chants starting now. 28 for the 36-year-old. Now the United States with a chance to respond. Mike James driving in, up with the left hand, and it toilet bowls in. The USA by 2, 90-88. Cruz goes left. And now we'll slow it down. Wants this dance, has the mismatch. His man slips as it's off the backside of the rim. USA a big rebound. And we have a foul on the floor. If Paco Cruz hit that 3, that would have been crazy here in this arena. You would have been able to hear this place from a mile away. And now it's Torrey Craig from the line. Craig hit that big shot last game to lift the United States above the Dominican Republic, and he makes the first one. These are Craig's first 2 free throws of this ball game, but across the first 3 games he had played in, had not made a free throw yet. Didn't go to the line in the last game, coming off a 12-point, 9-rebound victory over the Dominican Republic, and he gets both of them through, and here comes the timeout taken by Quintero. Torrey Craig won the 2021 NBA Finals with the Milwaukee Bucks after lengthy stops with the Nuggets, the Suns, the Pacers, Chicago Bulls, and Boston Celtics. Mexico, a valiant fight here in the fourth quarter. A team that trailed by as much as 11. Paco Cruz giving it everything he had here in this second half. And the reason Mexico's still in the game is because they kept their turnovers relatively low in this ball game. Only 11 turnovers compared to the United States' 18, and they've been getting the United States to turn the ball over a little bit more. 10 steals as a team for Mexico. Their team average is 7.8 per game. So 14.9 seconds left. One more opportunity for Quintero in his 6th year at the helm to draw up a play for the home team. So you assume you probably want to get a quick bucket and then foul. And of course, you got to live and die by Paco Cruz at this point. He's the hot hand on the team. He's averaged 15.5 points and 3.7 rebounds across more than a decade with the national team of Mexico here. He'll go down in history as the next big legend for this program, along with Gustavo Ayllón, Manuel Braga, Carlos Quintanar, Eduardo Najera, and Juan Toscano Anderson. He's up there with those big names. Currently playing in Turkey. It'll be Giron sizing up the defense from the near side. Uthoff, the one to play defense. It's Rodriguez. We'd expect Cruz to come up and get it. Into the corner, Avila. Bingo! Now the United States needs a timeout as Mexico brings the deficit within 1. And you almost have to wonder if Mexico will just foul immediately. You don't foul a shooter, but you foul immediately on the inbounds. And then, even if the United States makes both of their free throws, still a doable game. It would just be a 3-point game. The United States misses one of their free throws, then you can figure it out from there. So Coach Stephen Silas will draw up this play, but Mexico now shooting up to 31% from beyond the arc, 9 for 29. Coach Silas was with this United States of America team when they won the bronze medal at the 2025 FIBA AmeriCup. Named the USA head coach for these qualifiers in 2024 after more than 2 decades on NBA benches in Charlotte, New Orleans, Cleveland, Golden State, Dallas, and Houston. Been all over the place. He was the Houston Rockets head coach for 3 seasons. He's also got extensive international experience through Basketball Without Borders and NBA Global Development Camps. The fans still in this game. Gotta wonder what Mexico's gonna do here. Are they gonna foul immediately? You obviously play for the steal, and then if you can't get it, you play for the foul. Avila not in at the moment. Was the one to hit that big 3 just moments ago. He's got 19 points in the ball game. Here's the pass immediately. Mike James fouled, and with both teams in the bonus, James will go to the line. 8.1 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. It's been pretty exciting, hasn't it been? Mexico toe-to-toe with the #1 team in the world. And James has missed a couple of free throws here tonight. 5 for 8 as he begins these next 2 free throw attempts. And the USA will bring in some size and speed for defense as Huff checks out. Best players in EuroLeague history at the line. Mike James. And he doesn't miss shots when it matters the most. The EuroLeague MVP in 2024. Top scorer trophy, 3 seasons in the EuroLeague, and an all EuroLeague first team selection in 2024 and 2025 for AS Monaco. A chance to put the USA up by 3. As that one goes. So Mexico gonna run it here as Paco Cruz fouled on the floor. Actually a very smart foul by the United States. You're up by 3. If you foul someone on the floor, all they can get is 2 free throws. We've seen that happen a lot now in the more modern game. When you're up by 3, you don't take any opportunities to let the other team try to shoot and make a 3. So now we have an official review on the floor. It's 94-91 in favor of the United States, who really utilized pretty much the entire squad. Isaiah Brockington and DeJuan Hernandez were the only ones to not appear in tonight's game that are on the roster. Other than that, Torrey Craig led all scorers in this ball game with 23. I mean, he's just a pure scorer at heart and can score with the best of them. Mike James, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, looking every bit as advertised for the United States in his 28 minutes of play. So Mike James was the one to pick up that personal foul, just his second of the game. We've had 2 players foul out now, 1 for each side, in Orlando Robinson the second and Paul Stahl for Mexico. Stahl 7 assists in this game, only had 2 points. So there's the reach in by Mike James. Now, was that in continuation? No, it looks like there was one more dribble before Paco Cruz let it go. So if that was in theory a continuation, it would be 3 free throws. Right now there's 3.3 seconds left to go on the clock here in the 4th quarter. The United States leading by 3. They've had 19 appearances in the FIBA World Cup. Let's give you a better angle of it. James here reaching in. Cruz about to dribble again. Tough there for the officials, and a critical call at this point in the ball game. That's a close one. Foul obviously called there. They're taking a long opportunity to look at this. So that foul does indeed go against Mike James. And they'll reset the clock to 5 seconds, as Cruz will only get 2 free throws. It was not in continuation. So now if you're Cruz, you make the first one and you gotta miss the second one. The United States trying to make it to the World Cup for their 20th time. in program history as Cruz makes the first one. Cruz at 29 points now. United States 5-time FIBA World Cup champions, the most recent time 2014. And Cruz banks that one in. They're gonna have to foul here. As here comes Uthoff. This one goes in, and the foul coming in the corner for Terry Taylor. More of a quiet game for Taylor in this one. In 27.5 minutes, had 14 points against the Dominican Republic with 6 rebounds and a block. Has played 23.5 minutes here in this one, but one of the best scorers for this United States team, and also one of only 5 players ever in the NCAA history in the United States with at least 2,500 points and 1,200 rebounds. And a record-setting career at Austin Peay as he misses that one. Taylor training with one of the best NBA and WNBA and international trainers in the United States, Myron Rainey. And he misses the second one. Mexico gets it back. Here's the floater, Bonilla. And the United States goes into Zacatecas City and steals a win. Their second game that they win by 1 point. Here in this window, wow. Just barely escaped by the hair on their skin. USA shot 64% from inside the three-point line, 39% from beyond the arc. Mexico did have 1 more assist. The United States, 7 more turnovers that kept Mexico in the game, besides the stellar play by Paco Cruz, who had 30 points in this ball game. That is his qualifiers high. Beat his previous qualifiers high of 29 points versus the Dominican Republic. So he gets 30 here against the United States to go along with 3 rebounds and 4 assists. An impressive showing there by Mexico. Really showing that they can go toe-to-toe with the #1 team in the entire world and take that confidence into the next round. They, of course, are already qualified. So is the United States. And so they'll go into this next round feeling very confident in their abilities and what they have going on, but of course their starters, besides Paul Stahl, pretty much all played 30 minutes. Paco Cruz didn't get into foul trouble in that third quarter, so he had to sit down, but he played 29.5 minutes still without playing a majority of that third quarter. And Coach Quintaro with his family, as Mexico can rest easy knowing that they are on to the second round, and Coach Quintaro in his 6th year continues his success with Mexico. Yeah, Mexico, Bonilla played almost 37 minutes. Giron played 32.5 minutes. Avila played almost 39 minutes in this game. And now we have our final totals here from Group A. Nicaragua ends up not winning a game. USA, the Dominican Republic, and Mexico are headed on to the second round. And we'll take a look for the final time at our best plays from that quarter. Mexico did their darndest trying to fight back in this fourth quarter and missed a couple of shots maybe when they needed to make them, but Paco Cruz instead showed up for the national team of Mexico. The 12 Guerreros, the leader of this squad, couple of and ones in that fourth quarter helped propel him to 30 points in this ball game in almost 30 minutes of play. Talk about efficiency. He was as efficient as they come. Avila hitting a big three there in that quarter. And then it was Mr. Paco Cruz getting downhill to his left hand and finishing twice on that left side. The two-man action between Cruz and Avila there in that fourth quarter really helped them in that ball game. Avila finishes with 19 points of his own. Cruz hitting big threes when the moment mattered the most. And Avila knocking it down as well. They were an incredible 1-2 punch in that fourth quarter. And Quintero obviously very proud of their performance here tonight. So the United States ends up 5-1 in the first round of the FIBA World Cup America's Qualifiers. Mexico ends up at 500, 3-3 in the first round for Group A. Well, that was a lot of fun, but we do have to get going. For all the hardworking people that bring these broadcasts to your screen, we say so long from Zacatecas City, where the United States wins by 1 over the home team in Mexico. Your final score, 94-93. So much goes into making these broadcasts possible, and we thank everyone for all the work that they do for us here at FIBA. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games in Group A, visit Courtside 1891. So long from Zacatecas City, and thanks so much for spending the World Cup qualifiers with us.